Another Brad Pitt classic comes to 4K. Let's check it out. What is going on, everybody? Tom Chattelbash here, and if you love 4K movies and physical media collecting like I do, then rest assured you are in the right place, and today we're going to be looking at the new 4K disc of Moneyball from Sony Pictures. Now, before I jump into today's review, if you love movie reviews and TV reviews and you want to see some more of that, definitely check out my main channel where I review a lot of the latest movie releases. I review some TV as well. Link to that in the description. And with that housekeeping out of the way, let's jump into today's 4K review. Now, Moneyball is one of my favorite Brad Pitt films. It's one of my favorite films of all time, frankly. I think it's one of the most rewatchable movies ever made. It captures my love of baseball growing up, and especially the era that it's focusing on was like right in my sweet spot of growing up. I knew all the players, I knew every team. It felt so wonderfully nostalgic for me, but just putting that aside, it's just such a great film. And it's one of my favorite Brad Pitt performances as well. And I've been wanting this one to come to 4K disc for a while, so when they announced it, I was really excited, but that excitement came with a little bit of disappointment when I read into the details of this release. Now, Moneyball comes to us in 4K from Sony Pictures, and on this release, we just get 4K SDR. That's right, there is no HDR, there is no Dolby Vision. In fact, there's no Dolby Atmos audio upgrade either. It's just the 5.1 track. So there really isn't much here in terms of an upgrade other than that you're getting a 4K transfer of the film. Now, I've actually owned this movie on digital in 4K with SDR for years now. It's been available digitally, on all these digital retailers for a while now, and it looks really solid. I've never had an issue with it. I thought it looked great for, what it was without HDR or Dolby Vision. But when I heard that they were bringing this to 4K disc, I was like, oh great, this is where we get the HDR, this is where we get the Dolby Vision, maybe we get an Atmos track, but nope. But apparently this is the vision of director Bennett Miller. He did not want to add HDR or Dolby Vision. He wanted it to stay true to its source and to his vision, and I respect that. And obviously, if these are his wishes, if this is the transfer that he wants out there, then we have to respect that, and that is what it is. So let's review what we have here in 4K SDR. Now, in terms of the video, I think it's definitely a nice 4K transfer. I've been watching this movie on digital and 4K for years now, and it looks about the same. I mean, I do think there is some added detail, obviously, because we're watching a disc, we're not streaming it. I do feel like some of the backgrounds look a little bit sharper. Some of the close-ups feel like they have a little bit more clarity and depth. I think the black levels look a little bit deeper as well. So there is a little bit of an uptick on disc, but not much. I mean, if you have that 4K copy, I don't think you're gonna see a huge difference in terms of video. I love the fact that this film is shot on 35mm. It looks beautiful, and that is, retained really nicely here in this 4K transfer. It shines beautifully on this 4K disc where it looks wonderfully filmic and old-fashioned, and I just love the look of this film. It's a gorgeous looking movie in general that I think really looks solid on 4K disc. Now, in terms of the audio, like I said, we only have a 5.1 track here, and it's solid. I mean, obviously, it's not a showy mix. It's not one that's going to be activating all of your channels. It's not going to be dancing across the soundstage or anything like that. But, when you hear the crack of a bat or you get some of these more bombastic baseball sequences, I do think that it really does shine. And I do think the score really hits nicely. Dialogue is rendered very cleanly. It's very warm and present. So that's good. But I do wish we got an Atmos upgrade. I will be honest. I mean, overall, I do wish that we had some added HDR, some added Dolby Vision, really make the colors pop here to maybe add a little bit more nuance and depth to the image that I feel like we could have had with, that different kind of color grading and adding that to the mix here. And I do think an Atmos mix definitely could have really made some of those baseball sequences even more immersive. So at the end of the day, Moneyball in 4K, I would say if you're a fan of this movie and you don't already have it on digital 4K, I guess it's worth picking up, but maybe when it goes on sale, because I don't think this is like a show-stopping 4K release. I don't think it's anything to write home about. I think it's solid, but as someone who, like I said, has owned the 4K on digital for a while, I didn't really see a huge difference between what I was streaming and what I was watching. Obviously, there's more of a difference in audio, but in terms of the video, honestly, the differences were pretty minimal, so take that as you will. So yeah, in the end, Moneyball on 4K, it's fine. I just don't think it's anything special. I think if you're a fan of the movie like me, it's just nice having it in my collection. I like the fact that I can own it on 4K disc now. That's always great, but it's definitely not one of the best releases of the year or anything like that, but it's certainly not awful in any way, shape, or form. It's just fine. It's good. It gets the job done, but I feel like there's definitely some room for improvement here. It's just a shame that we didn't get any of those upgrades that we were hoping to get. So that's my take on this 4K transfer. Let me know what you thought of it if you checked out this disc. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Let me know down below. And until next time, everybody, I'm Tom Chattelbash, YouTube's most reliable movie critic.